Hey, what is going on guys? This is MyCpuTech. Hope you all staying well and doing good. And guys, in today's video I'm going to show you a bunch of useful tips and tricks about this POCO M3, and by making these changes to your phone it will help you to have a better user experience when it comes to the long run of the device. And guys, if you are new to my channel, then please make sure to subscribe and turn on that bell notification. With that said guys, let's get into the video. Okay, now the first option that I'm going to show you is how to enable dark mode. For that, go to settings. Okay, scroll down and select display tab. Okay, here you can see now the system is running on light mode, but if you tap on this it will enable dark mode right away. But if you don't want to enable it all the time, then there is another way. Here you can see this option, schedule dark mode. If we tap on this, it will enable dark mode, but you can set a time. You can set a time to turn it on and turn it off. By that way you can use dark mode in a more convenient way, the way that you want. So this is how you can enable and disable dark mode and to set a time schedule for dark mode. So now let's move to the next option. Okay, now the next option that I'm going to show you is how to enable sunlight mode. Okay, for this go to settings. Okay, then go to display tab. Okay, now go to this option, brightness level. Okay, here you can see this option, sunlight mode, and you can enable it from here. Okay, now for an example, think that you have set your brightness level to this much. Now what you are going to do next is you need to go out, then you are going to quickly grab your phone and go out without enabling auto brightness mode. So then what will sunlight mode do is, if your phone detected that you are in a harsh or strong ambient condition, it will maximize the display's brightness to help you to see in that kind of situation. If you are using a POCO M3, then you must enable this option guys. So this is a very useful option. So this is how you can enable it. Now let's move to the next option. Okay, now the next option that I'm going to show you is how to enable reading mode or eye care mode, eye comfort mode, like that. In this phone it's called reading mode. So go to settings, then go to display option, then here you can see this option, reading mode. Tap on that. Okay, here you can see we can set it right away, and you even can adjust the brightness or actually adjust the temperature of the color. Okay, now here you have another option, you can schedule reading mode. So that is super useful. If you set a time and it will turn on exactly that time, and this is very useful. Actually here this is the way you can schedule reading mode. So yeah, this is how you can enable reading mode and schedule reading mode. So let's move to the next option. Okay, now the next option that I'm going to show you is how to increase the text size of your phone. So some people find it helpful because they cannot see smaller font size. So this is how you can do that. Go to settings, go to display. Okay, here you have this option, text size. Tap on that. Okay, now it's set to small. Here like this you can set it to large, extra large. So like this you can see this text become large and small. So here this is the way you can set the way that you want. Here you can see now the text became large, and you can see very clearly if you have any kind of issues. So this is how you can make your phone's text size bit larger. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay, now the next option that I'm going to show you is how to disable this notch. For that go to settings, then again go to display option. Okay, now go to this option, scroll down and go to control center and notification shade, this option. Okay, here select the first option, hide notch. Okay, now this option is default, that's why we can see this notch. And there are two other options, it will completely disable the notch, but if you select the second option it will disable the notch, but it won't waste away the upper space. Here you can see our battery percentage, and here we can see the time. So if you select this last option, it will put a black bar and it is a bit looking outdated. But if you select the second option, it will look like this. It's very neat. So if you want to disable the notch, go with the second option. You will find it very helpful. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay, now the next option that I'm going to show you is how to change this battery icon the way you want. Okay, for that, go to settings. Okay, then scroll down and select this display tab. Okay, now again go to this control center and notification shade. Okay, here scroll down, then you will see this option battery indicator. Tap on that. Okay, now the first option is only a icon. Now if you select this option, then it will show like this. So you need to understand for yourself how much battery percentage is left. Or this is the default option. It will show the battery percentage inside the battery icon, or you can go with this third option. So it will show like this. So at a glance you can see how much battery percentage is left. So this is how the way you can change the battery icon. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay, the next option that I'm going to show you is how to enable or how to get the network connection speed over here. For that, go to settings, then again go to display option, then again scroll down and go to control center and notification shade. Okay, here you can see this option, show connection speed. So if you enable this, it will show you the connection speed. Okay, now we need to enable it. Okay, here now you can see this connection speed is showing over here. So this is how you can enable your network connection speed to display in the status bar. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay, the next option that I'm going to show you is how to enable the new control center of MyUI. Now this is the old control center, and let me show you how to enable the new one. Go to settings, then go to display option. Okay, then go again, scroll down and go to control center and notification shade. Okay, here you can see this option, use new control center, enable it. Okay, now let's go back and scroll down. Okay, now this is the new control center, and at a glance you can access these things like flashlight, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi or mobile data. So these things you can access at a glance. So this is a very useful design. So this is how you can enable the new control center of MyUI. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay guys, now the next option that I'm going to show you is how to enable gesture navigations. Okay, for now you can see that we are navigating using these three keys. Okay, now after enabling gesture navigations, we don't have these three keys anymore. We have to navigate by swiping left, right and swiping up like that guys. So let me show you how to enable it. Okay, now first go to settings. Okay, then here search for full screen display. Okay, now search for full screen display. Here you can see the second option. Okay, now here you guys can see this is the current navigation system. Now this is the gesture based navigation system, so enable it. Okay, now here if you have used this before, then just leave it, select not now. If you are new to use this, then tap on learn how to use this. Okay, for now I'm tapping on not now. Okay, now here you can see we don't have those buttons anymore. Now we need to navigate like this. From a simple swipe up, it will go to home screen. Like that you can learn how to use gesture navigations. Okay guys, now let's move to the next option. Okay guys, now the next feature that I'm going to show you is how to capture a screenshot. Okay, now here you have two options. You can swipe 3 fingers down and capture a screenshot, or you have another option, press the power button and press the volume down button together, then it will capture a screenshot like this. Okay, here you can see now capture the screenshot. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to capture scroll down screenshot. Okay, now I am going to this settings app. Okay, now to capture a scroll down screenshot also, you just have to swipe down like this and press this button. You can see that option scroll like this, swipe down and press this scroll option. Okay, now it start to capture the entire page. Okay, now if you want to stop in at any point, you can stop like this. Now it's processing. Okay, before saving this image, we can edit it and save, or if you don't want it, you can delete it from here. Okay, like this you can capture scroll down screenshot. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Now the next feature that I'm going to show you is app lock. Okay, now we can add the app lock to our device. Go to settings, okay, and scroll down. Okay, here you can see this option apps. Okay, now go to app lock. Okay, here first turn it on. Okay, in the first step we can select a pattern, pin or a password like this. Let me show you. Okay, we can select a pattern, pin or password. Okay, I'm going to go with this pattern and I'm going to draw a pattern like this. Oh, confirm it. Okay, then select next. Okay, now it's asking that if you have a Me account. If you don't have Me account, then select not now, or you can sign in. I'm going to select not now. Okay, wait. Okay, select not now. Okay, now you can see these apps are added to the app lock. Okay, now use app lock. Okay, now it's asking for your fingerprint. Okay, now if you associate your fingerprint with the app lock, then you can just use your fingerprint to open the app. Okay, now let's go back and check this. Now I am going to open this Chrome map. Okay, here you guys can see now it asking our fingerprint, or we can draw the pattern, or we can enter the pin that we initially set up. Okay, like this we can add the app lock to our device. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay guys, now the next feature that I am going to show you is how to enable dual app. Okay, now for an example, if you have 2 WhatsApp accounts or if you have 2 Facebook accounts, you can manage all them in the same phone. Okay, now let me show you how to enable it. Now first go to settings. Okay, and scroll down and select this option guys, apps. Okay, now here you can see this option dual app. Okay, now select this one. Okay guys, now here you can see WhatsApp is under recommended. Now that means WhatsApp is optimized to work in dual app mode. Okay, now go to WhatsApp. Okay, here you can see dual app and tap on this, then it will enable dual app. Okay, you can see that icon added to drawer. Okay, now let's go to drawer and check whether the app. Okay, here you can see this is the main WhatsApp and this is the twin WhatsApp. Okay, like this you can use 2 Facebook accounts and 2 WhatsApp accounts. Okay, now what I am going to show you next is how to uninstall this app. Okay, you just have to do this, tap this. Okay, then it will ask your permission to uninstall. Tap OK. Okay, here you can see now it's uninstalled. Like this you can manage 2 WhatsApp accounts and you can manage 2 Facebook accounts or any app that support in dual app mode. Okay, now let's go to next option. Okay, now the next feature that I'm going to show you is how to enable split screen mode. Okay, what that basically means is you can use 2 apps simultaneously in this phone, and let me show you how to do that. Okay, now I'm going to open YouTube. Okay, you can see now I open YouTube and I'm going to recent menu. Okay, now here there are 2 ways that you can enable split screen mode. You can tap on this icon and enable split screen mode, or you can tap and hold an app and open split screen mode by tapping this icon. Okay, now you can see YouTube is open up here, and if I tap on Notes app, it will open like this. Okay, now like this you can use 2 apps simultaneously in this phone. Okay, Okay guys, now the next option that I want to show you is how to change the lock screen clock format. Okay, to change the lock screen clock format, go to settings, okay, and scroll down and select this lock screen option, and then select this lock screen clock format. Okay, here you can see now this is the current lock screen clock format, but you can change it to more modern looking a clock format like this. Okay, now we have set to this, and let's lock our screen and check whether that's displaying or not. Okay, like this. Here you can see now this is the lock screen clock format. Okay, like that you can change to any clock format in the lock screen. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay, now the next feature is double tap. Now there is a very useful scenario with this feature. Actually, for an example, think that your display is off or your phone is locked. Okay, now what if you want to check the time immediately, you just need to double tap, then it will wake on the lock screen and show you the clock. Okay, to enable that, go to settings, scroll down and go to lock screen. Okay, here you can see this option, double tap to wake or turn off the screen. Okay, now enable it. Okay, now let's go to lock screen. Okay, now here you can double tap to turn it off. Now here you can double tap to wake it on. Okay, like this it works. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay guys, the next feature that I want to show you is flash when ringing. Actually, what that means is when you are receiving an incoming call, then your flashlight will start to blink. Okay, now that is very useful when your phone is in silent mode, and let me show you how to enable it. First, go to settings, then here search flash. Okay, you can see this flash when ringing. Tap on this. Okay, now you can see this option, flash when ringing. Enable it. Okay guys, now I'll show you about this feature by making a phone call. Okay, now here you can see my phone is in silent mode. Okay, now let me make a phone call. Okay, here you can see now the incoming call is receiving. Okay, now here you can see like this your flashlight will blink. Okay, now if your phone is in silent mode, this option will be very helpful. So like this you can use this option. Okay, now let's move to the next option. Okay guys, now the next option that I'm going to show you is how to enable video toolbox. Okay, go to settings and scroll down and go to special features. Okay, here you can see this option, video toolbox. Okay, tap on that. Okay, now enable it. Okay, now you have to enable this shortcut. Okay, now you can manage in which app this should be enabled. Okay, now here you can see for me video it's already enabled. Now I'm going to enable it for YouTube, and then I'll show you guys what that exactly means. Okay, let me go to YouTube. Okay, here now I'm going to play this POCO M3 1 month review video. Okay, now you can see this bar. Okay, I'm going to pull it. Okay, here you can see now this is video toolbox. Okay, now there are a couple of options. You can listen to audio only, you can record the whole screen, and you can take a screenshot. You can even cast the phone's display to another source. Okay, and not only that, now here you even can open apps in window mode. Okay, now if I'm going to open this messaging app, okay, like this, open apps in the window mode, and while listening to YouTube you can text your friend or family. Like this you can use this video toolbox feature guys. Okay guys, now these are the features that I want to share with you, and I think this video is helpful for you. And if this video is helpful, then please leave a like and do consider to subscribe to the channel. And guys, please share this video with your friends who use POCO M3, and it will be helpful for them also. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.